Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNAM TV5 Wake Up.
That's our morning wake-up call from the yearbook staff at Bay City Western High School. Good Friday morning to you. I'm Aisha Howard.
And I'm Craig McMorris. This yearbook, one of the best in the country. We won what is comparable to the Pulitzer Prize for newspapers.
That is pretty fancy.
4 times they've won that.
Wow.
So that must be an awesome yearbook.
Quite the impressive one. I can only imagine how much time they put into that. We want to say thank you to them for that wake-up call. We're waking up. A lot of people heard some rumbles of thunder overnight.
I think it was more than rumbles. It was noisy in Bay City at times.
Very noisy.
It feels like something we haven't heard in a while, to have a couple showers and thunderstorms finally back in the forecast.
Imagine your child being injured on the football field and waiting 45 minutes for help to arrive.
That's exactly what happened here in mid-Michigan. And we told you yesterday about this happening in a game last week between Beecher and Lake Fenton. This morning, we continue to ask the tough questions.
Private ambulance companies charged to have their rigs parked at games, charges that range from $60 to $130 an hour. Money many schools say they just don't have.
For us to be able to pay whatever the rate is just, it won't happen here.
The MHSAA does not require first responders to be at games, and as budget belts continue to tighten at schools, the days of an ambulance on the sideline appear to be in the past.
Developing news this morning, chaos at the Capitol after a woman with a baby in her car leads police on a chase through Washington, D.C. It ended in tragedy after that woman was shot and killed.
New overnight, we know more about the woman's mental health. Susan McGinnis reports.
Investigators wearing hazmat suits searched the Stamford, Connecticut home.
New details this morning. A 2-week-old baby has died after a crash in Genesee Township. The Flint Journal reports 2 cars were involved in the crash. It happened on North Dort Highway near Lewis Road around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. The Genesee Township Police Chief says one of the vehicles may have crossed the center line. They are still investigating.
3 guns were confiscated. So far, no charges have been filed against those arrested. 24 officers took part in that operation.
Police K-9 units are getting some extra cash to help take a bite out of crime. The Saginaw Community Foundation gave about $5,600 to the Saginaw Valley Police K-9 Association. Some of the money will go toward K-9 first aid kits and dog boots and even some full-body bite suits. If you want to know more about the group, just check out the hot link section at WNEM.com.
Take a live look right now at Capitol Hill, where the standoff over a new federal budget continues and the government shutdown enters its 4th day.
This morning, House Republicans are standing their ground, saying any new funding bill must include changes to the Affordable Care Act.
But there are signs a solution could be coming.
But Democrats have made it clear they will only approve an all-or-nothing plan. The House could vote today on a bill that would give furloughed federal workers their missed pay once the government does finally reopen. And this morning, more casualties due to the deadlock on Capitol Hill.
The shutdown has forced President Obama to scrap next week's trip to Asia. The trip already had been shortened, but the White House hoped the president could still attend economic summits in Indonesia.
The other victim this morning, the monthly jobs report. The Department of Labor says today's employment report will not be released. Officials say they're just too short-handed to get the information out. No word on when or if this report will eventually be released. This could impact the stock markets. Investors use that jobs report as a tool to gauge the state of the nation's economy.
So how has the government shutdown affected you? Sound off by going to our Facebook page or email us, WNEM@WNEM.com. Be sure to count on WNEM TV5 for continuing coverage of this budget battle. We'll bring you the latest as it comes into the continuous news center.
While the shutdown dominates the headlines this morning, a more serious issue is hovering. Lawmakers have just under 2 weeks to raise the nation's debt ceiling, or the country would be unable to pay its bills. Overnight, House Speaker John Boehner told his Republican colleagues that he would not let the country default on its loans, even if it meant getting Democrat votes. New overnight here at home, fire crews in Saginaw battle ablaze on the city's east side. It started around 2:30 this morning at a home on Collingwood Avenue near Weber. Firefighters say no one was home at the time and no one was hurt. They're still looking into a cause. A woman who pleaded guilty to embezzling 6 figures from a Bay City law firm has been sentenced. 50-year-old Catherine Charbonneau will spend a year behind bars. She stole $446,000 from the business where she worked for more than a decade. It's not clear how much restitution she'll have to pay. A former Detroit Tiger will spend up to 15 years in prison. 44-year-old Chad Curtis was sentenced yesterday. A jury in Berry County found him guilty in August on multiple sex charges. Curtis inappropriately touched female students at Lakewood High School. During his sentencing hearing, he still accused those victims of lying. Monstrous mushrooms are taking over one Michigan neighborhood. These supersized puffballs are being seen all over Newego, some of them as big as bowling balls.
I'm going, holy cow. I've seen, we've lived here for 41 years and I've never seen puffballs that size. The whole neighborhood's going, holy cow. Where do they come from and how many are there? Are we being invaded?
The best twist of all for mushroom lovers like me, they are safe to eat. Saute them up.
There's a big golf tournament happening right now in Ohio called the President's Cup.
Sounds pretty serious, right? Very official. It features most of the world's top players, including Tiger Woods. But yesterday, it was a squirrel who stole the show. So here's Lindsey Vonn, that's Tiger's girlfriend, right? She is taking a live squirrel out of the pocket of the team captain, Davis Love III.
Gets better. She takes it, puts it on his neck. He doesn't notice at first, but then he's rattled because he realizes what's going on.
And the look he gave her, he just wiped her hand off so fast. Team USA says Tiger did end up warming up to the little guy after the prank. But that's pretty serious business there,
How'd you like to be a fly on the wall afterwards when he's talking to her?
That conversation, what were you thinking?
She hit her face.
And she's having a great time, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's like, get that away from me.
Well, you have two different people here. He's a serious golfer, all business. She's a downhill skier. It's letting it all hang out, baby.
She likes the rush and,
We're doing
pranks
it.
and things that are fun. So maybe they'll meet in the middle of the road as far as personalities.
If it doesn't, they're going their separate ways.
You
One
know
or the
it.
other. Oh, yeah. WNEM TV 5 News Time, 6:37.
This one, Miley Cyrus just can't stay out of the headlines or in her clothes. Find out what Miley Mania is up to now.
It's time for this week's Top 5 on 5. All week long, we've been searching for the best haunted house in mid-Michigan.
The votes have been counted. The winner from Genesee County is Exit 13 in Mount Morris.
Congratulations to those folks. Count on us again Monday for your next Top 5 on 5.
TV5 News Time 5:45. We were taking a live look over Frankenmuth. 65 degrees out there and a wet start to the morning for most of us. Meteorologist Catherine Bodak is tracking more rain moving in later today. She's up in just a bit, but first let's take a look at some stories trending now. Several guns are off the streets and 6 people are behind bars after a raid in Saginaw. Saginaw police and several other agencies executed those raids Wednesday night. Officials say 3 guns were confiscated. So far, no charges have been filed against those arrested. A total of 24 officers took part. Illegal immigrants will soon be hitting the road in California, able to get a driver's license now. The measure was signed into law last night by California Governor Jerry Brown. It's joining a growing list of states with similar laws in place. It was supported by both police chiefs and insurance companies. Twitter unveils plans for its initial public offering, hoping to raise $1 billion when it goes public. But investors could steer clear. The company released a financial statement yesterday showing the social media network lost $79 million last year and is expected to lose even more this year. However, experts say Twitter's IPO sale is still one of the most anticipated of the year. And for those up-to-the-minute headlines anytime, just head to WNEM.com.
New on Wake Up, one of country music's biggest stars is getting married.
It's just one of the stories making headlines this week from Nashville.
WNEM TV 5's Faith Gantner live now at the KCQ studios in Saginaw with your Music City Minute. Good morning, Faith.
Good morning. And that country music star that's off the market officially.
Many of you may like to throw back a cold one from time to time, maybe while watching football. We often hear about the benefits of drinking red wine, but there could be some health benefits for beer drinkers too.
Many people have sworn off drinking beer, worried about getting a beer belly.
Turns out there are actually a lot of unknown healthy benefits to your brew. The protein and B vitamin content of beer is higher than that in wine. Beer also contains silicon, which is linked to bone strength.
This is a foreign concept to me, but if you have any leftover beer, there's a benefit to that too. Pour beer on your head. It restores life, shine, and smoothness to your hair.
Beer conditioner.
There you go. Here's a Halloween joke for you. An online prank has drive-through staff running scared this morning.
And after being on the web for just 2 days, the video is going viral.
The workers took off when they noticed a skeleton picking up the order at the drive-through window.
The video is actually the work of a popular internet prankster who is hiding in a specially made seat behind the skeleton.
Since that video was posted Wednesday, it already has more than 1 million hits on YouTube. Skeletons get hungry too.
I know, it's that time of year. You just have to watch your back. You never know. These Halloween pranks going on. That would scare me to no end. It looks like it's, just cruising around.
That is just something else.
Well, I hope they recovered and the skeleton got a meal. Let's check out what we're working on for you later today.
At noon on TV5 and WNAM.com, we enter day 4 of the government shutdown. We'll track the progress or lack of among leaders in Washington.
Then at 3, the doctors will have tips for avoiding medication mix-ups at the pharmacy.
At 4, Dr. Phil speaks to a woman who wonders if marrying her brother-in-law for her departed sister is right.
Okay.
You heard that?
Yeah. All right. Tune in for 90 minutes in the news. We won't bring you any breaking news that should happen throughout the day. That one kind of stopped me in my tracks a little bit.
You got to think about that one twice. Those temperatures this afternoon will top out in the mid-70s. It will be another warm day, and tomorrow will be warm as well. We're tracking scattered rain and thunder over the course of this afternoon and over the weekend. Temps will finally drop by Monday.
All right, thanks for watching TV5 Wake Up.
Take care out there.